Hi, and welcome to my first video blog. Sorry I haven't updated my page in a while. I've been kind of busy. I tried to go see Mission Impossible last week, but that didn't work out. And I also happened to go to Boston Comic Con yesterday, and it was a hell of a lot of fun. So this is what this episode's going to be about. So for those of you that don't know, Comic Con is like the day where every nerd in the world can come together and celebrate pop culture. Pretty much it's a nerd fest. People dress up in costumes, they cosplay, you can take pictures with these people, celebrities come from TV shows and movies and comic books, even chicks go. And I respect them for that. I respect the chicks because I feel like no chick wants to go to Comic-Con with their boyfriend, but hey, who wouldn't? Comic-Con is awesome, and I got some pretty cool fan art to show you before I get into some really cool story. Alright, so for those of you that don't know, I'm a big Red Sox fan. I live in Boston. I've been a big Red Sox fan for like an eternity, or, my friends, they know how big of a fan I am. So I got a couple of pieces of fan art. This one is pretty cool. This is Batman at Fenway. I'll raise it up so you can see it. That one's a pretty cool one. This one's also pretty cool because this is the Joker at Fenway. I figured if I got Batman, I had to get the Joker since they're like arch enemies, and it was just fitting. These next two are two of my favorites. This is a fan art of the Guardians of the Galaxy. If you have not seen that movie, you should be in jail. I swear to God. So yeah, that's the Guardians of the Galaxy. This other one, this is probably my favorite one that I have. Because it's Wolverine. Look at how badass that thing is. That thing just spells Wolverine all over it. It is awesome. I'm definitely framing this bad boy. This is amazing. I don't know who did this, but I should have given him like a $30 tip just for painting this thing. I think this thing was like two for like $10, I think. I think I should have given him like $40 because I was like, that's amazing. So yeah, that's that. And then last but not least, I think this one's pretty cool too. I didn't spend all my money, and this one doesn't have to do with superheroes. This one actually has to do with dun 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 Star Wars. This one's a pretty cool one. If I can back up maybe a little bit. I don't know if you can see the whole thing, but that one's a pretty damn cool one. When I saw this one, I was like, if I get a Star Wars fan art, this is the one I want because it's the Empire, man. Vader, Grand Moff Tarkin, Stormtrooper, Boba Fett, not Jango Fett. Excuse my intrusion. The Emperor, that is badass. Come on, you have to admit that this is badass. Even you chicks out there that don't even like Star Wars or only watch, Star Wars for the fuzzy teddy bears. Come on, you have to admit that this is badass. Alright, so enough of that shit. I also got to meet a couple celebrities. I got to meet Stan Lee, Tom Jane, Manu Bennett from Arrow, and Robin Lord Taylor, who plays the Penguin on Gotham. Now, I don't even watch Gotham. And I got to meet the guy who played the Penguin. That was pretty cool. Now, the reason I don't watch Gotham is because I think it's a very pointless show, because you have all these supervillains that are in the show that, come to Gotham because Batman is in Gotham, and Batman's not even, in the show. He's like a 9-year-old kid, so I'm like, why are all these supervillains there if Batman is not in the show? But the one that I heard is really good is Robin Lord Taylor as the Penguin. He was pretty cool to meet. He was really nice. He was a really cool guy, down to earth. We snuck in. They said we needed tickets. He brought us back, but he's like, take a picture with me, thanks for watching the show. We're like, yeah, sure. Don't watch the show, but cool. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, he was really nice. He was really cool to me. He's kind of short, too. I didn't expect that. We get to meet Manu Bennett from Arrow. That dude was down to earth, too. That was part of the photo op session, so we bought tickets for Manu Bennett because, I had bought in tickets, and my cousin's girlfriend actually bought a ticket for a photo op with Kat Graham, who plays Bonnie Bennett on The Vampire Diaries, but, she canceled her photo op for, some reason. We don't know why, but we are getting refunded, so don't worry. So we just bought Manu Bennett, and he was pretty down to earth too. If you don't know who he is, he plays Deathstroke on Arrow. He also played Azog the Defiler on the Hobbit trilogy. He was pretty cool, and then I got my photo taken with Tom Jane, the Punisher. My photo with Thomas Jane, and let me tell you, he's like 46, he looks like he's like 75. Probably like 10th in line. Tom Jane's line pretty much has, it's a decent line for Tom Jane. There are a lot of good Punisher fans out there. I think Tom Jane is still pissed he didn't get a Punisher too. And I walk into the photo booth and like waiting in line for the other people who are taking his photos, and I'm like, do they have the right guy? I just go next to him, I say hi to him, and he's like, howdy, howdy, howdy. He's wearing the Indiana Jones fedora, he's smoking a cigar, he's sitting on the chair, he's barefoot. I'm like, this guy's gotta be like high on drugs or something. I mean, it looks like that. He looks like he's 75, for Christ's sake. I go to shake his hand after the photo's done because I saw the guy before me shake his hand even though they're moving the line along quick. I'm like, hey, yeah, nice to meet you, buddy. And he doesn't even shake my hand. I'm like, yeah, I think he doesn't want to be here. Either that or he just didn't like me. One more photo op for the day, and that was with Stan Lee. Stan the Man Lee. You know who I'm talking about. The line for Stan Lee was ridiculous. Every day he had a photo op was sold out. Our line was sold out. We got in line at a good time because we didn't have to wait that long. We were probably in the middle of the pack, but it was just all the way back and extended out into the hallway. Stan Lee was 25 minutes late. But I give the dude credit for being 25 minutes late because he has so many fans. Fans want to meet him, and, you know, the dude's 92, and, you know, he can't probably walk. He needs, like, assistance to help him walk, so, you know, he's Stan Lee. He can do whatever the hell he wants. And he comes in, and we're all like, yeah, Stan Lee! And what happens next is, like, the greatest 3 seconds ever. I got my picture taken with Stan Lee! This is that picture with Stan Lee. And even though it was only 3 seconds, I didn't even get to say hi to him because they were moving the line along. I stood next to Stan Lee, and that's all that counts. Next to Stan Lee, and I got my picture taken with Stan Lee, the most amazing 3 seconds of my life. Yeah, it was that great. And just looking at that picture now, it's like we were best friends. It's like Up. He's the old guy from Up, and I'm the young kid from Up. It's just like that. It was astonishingly amazing. Congrats, Stan Lee, for being 92 and looking in better health than Tom Jane, and you're twice his age. I still don't get how he held that same pose for like an hour. He had to go through probably like 300 people, and it was I don't get it. He's just sitting there with that smile. Hey, at least he didn't have to do some stupid pose like this. But hey, who cares what kind of pose Stan Lee has when he's doing a photo op with his fans, because if you get a picture with Stan Lee, that's all that matters. It's like a once-in-a-lifetime event. And I'm telling you, it was only 3 seconds, but it was amazing. I didn't mean for that to sound gay. But that was like the highlight of the day, Stan Lee. Unfortunately, I didn't get my picture signed by him because, you know, you gotta have autograph tickets for that. But, you know, to me, the picture with Stan Lee is better than the autograph. So that was my day at Boston Comic Con. I also did some photos with some cosplayers. You know, I got a picture with Thor. I was trying to lift his hammer. That was pretty fun. Got one with Hellboy and his dog, Stormtroopers, Harley Quinn's, Chewbacca, a whole bunch of people. You'll never believe the costumes that people go there as. And I went as the Punisher. Well, sort of, I guess. Just the shirt. So that concludes my first episode of my video blog series. A little bit longer than I wanted it to be, but I had a lot to talk about Comic-Con, so I hope you like what you seen here. If you did like what you seen here, like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter. If you're on YouTube, hit the big red subscribe button, and welcome to my world. So, I'll see you next time. And for the chicks that went to Comic-Con, I salute you.